Hey everyone, PTL here. We have a hiker coming through that we're able to support, so maybe you could tell us your trail name and how it's going.
My name's Lucky. I'm getting done with my hike. I started up in New Hampshire, did Vermont, Massachusetts, and now I'm heading up this hill with a full stomach thanks to these great people. So hike's been doing well.
Good.
I'm glad I'm out of the mud, and I'm glad I'm getting out of the bugs. So thanks a lot. I appreciate everything.
You're welcome. Hey, Lucky, any special spot so far that you've done on your hiking on the trail on the AT stick out?
I just think the people is the most, for me.
Yep.
Is the people that I met coming north and then coming back south again. That kind of made the trip.
Yep.
So I think if anybody's wondering if they should go north and south, if you want to hang out with people, go north. If you want to be solo, go south, because nobody's going south.
Pleasure meeting you. Happy trails.
Appreciate it.
Hey everyone, PTL here. So we have another tempting thru hiker. Maybe you could tell us your trail name and how it's going.
My name is Five Lives. Things have been going relatively well. I started on April 12th, so today's day 74, 75.
Yep. How did you get Five Lives?
So the name Five Lives comes from the fact that I had some remarkably bad luck at the beginning of the trail, like within the first quarter. And what happened was I got norovirus when I was in Damascus, and I was staying at a bed and breakfast with a family called the Fellowship. So there were 9 people in the group, and it was parents with their 7 kids, essentially.
Wow.
And I got there, was feeling fine, everything was good. Went to the grocery store, came back, and all of a sudden felt like I had gotten kicked in the stomach by a horse, and started, as I say, just screaming Harry Potter spells into the toilet. Got really, really sick, got very dehydrated. I ended up passing out, having seizures, having a heart arrhythmia, had to get transferred to the hospital. So these poor 5- and 6-year-olds are just, here comes a guy, he gets sick, he throws up, he goes in an ambulance, he died. So, in their mind, that's all that had happened. So about 2 weeks later, I'm out of the hospital, and I'm climbing up to Chestnut Knob Shelter. And it's this big ridge that overlooks a limestone sinkhole with the town below it. And I'm struggling to get up there because I had lost 20 pounds in the hospital. And I just hear, oh my God, he's alive! And I look up and all 9 of them are on this ridge line, like a scene out of Lord of the Rings. And oh, hey guys, I'm okay. So I get up there and I'm explaining to them what has happened to me over the last couple of weeks. So it's like, when I was in Georgia, I started hiking. I was on day 4, and a wildfire had broken out directly on trail. And everybody knew that because they were checking their phones, but I was totally oblivious. My phone was on airplane mode, and I'm walking through the woods, and all of a sudden it's 110 degrees, and everything's on fire. And I run into a couple firefighters, and they said, "What are you doing?" I said, I'm doing the trail. What's going on? They're like, oh, well, it's, there's fire going. You gotta go. So that was my first 30-mile day on day 5, which I was not ready for. And then when I got to Tennessee, I ended up, I was walking, it was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, listening to a podcast. A handgun starts going off, but that's kind of normal for that area of the world, so I wasn't really paying attention up until there's a couple cars going by. Up until I realized that I heard some whizzing going by my ear, and so I pulled out my earphone. I said, I think that might have been a bullet. So I got behind a tree and I waited for a couple minutes, and there were a couple more shots. So they were in the other direction. So I thought, okay, might be some negligence. I might not know exactly. They might not know that the trail's here. So I kept walking because I knew I was coming to Devil's Fork Gap. And so I walked for a couple more minutes, and then a semi-automatic rifle was firing directly onto the trail, and it came so close that it brushed me.
After the first
whiz. So I ended up having to lay...
Do you think he saw you?
So I laid down on trail, and it was hitting the trees and the bushes around me. It was kind of breaking pieces off. They were landing on my pack. It felt like it was 2 hours. It was probably about 20 seconds long, but still, it was not a great moment. I waited several minutes to see if they were going to keep firing. They had stopped. So I got up and crouch ran down to the trail, and I just saw these 2 guys just throwing bullet casings into the woods, and I screamed up to them, hey guys, you're shooting directly on the trail. You got to stop. And they glared at me for about 10 seconds, turned around, and walked back into the woods, and that's when I realized they might have been razzing me a little bit, so I took off. And then that same day, I'm walking up to No Business Knob shelter, and I get there, and my friend's up there. He says, "How was your day?" And I said, "Buddy, you're not going to believe this." So we start talking, and we're under the metal roof and concrete side of the No Business Knob shelter, and a hailstorm breaks out. So we can't hear each other. We're this close from each other. We can't hear anything. So he takes out a video camera to start taking a video for his girlfriend, and within a couple of minutes, the shelter got struck by lightning. So this was like half an hour after I got shot at. What the heck is going on? That's not exactly what I said, but I'll keep it PC for your YouTube channel.
Wow.
And then a week later, I got norovirus, so I ended up in the hospital for a week.
How many? You were in the hospital for a week.
It was 4.5 days, 5 days essentially. Yeah, I was in the hospital. And so I'm telling this story to this family, the fellowship, and there's this kid there who's probably about 10 years old, and he's paying attention, so he's keeping track on his fingers, and he's counting down all of them. And when I finish, he looks up and he goes, "Buddy, you got to slow down." He said, "If you started with 9 lives, you only got 5 left." And that was it. We laughed so hard that the name stuck. So
5 lives.
Yeah. So since that time, other things have happened, and the joke is that I'm going to get to Katahdin, and people are going to say, "What's your name?" I'm going to say, "It's One Life," and people are going to say, "Oh, that's so inspirational." I'll be like, "Well, actually, maybe not."
I think that's got to be the most intense stories I have heard about the Appalachian Trail.
Well, so we've started saying that there's like a karmic balance now. So it's when I got to Pearisburg, a tornado broke out on trail. Again, I really should be checking my phone more often because I had no idea what was going on until I heard the air raid sirens, and I was already on. It rained 4 inches in 2 hours, and it was so dark out that I was using my headlamp at 2 in the afternoon because I couldn't see anything.
Yep.
But 2 days later, I helped a couple get engaged on McAfee knob. So I feel like that balances out, right? You know, kind of thing. And then I got this infected spider bite, but also I met a guy who was having an allergic reaction, and I was able to get him medical attention. So it's like, you know, am I 3 lives? Am I 7 lives? I don't know how to balance it. So I'm just going to stick with 5 lives.
5 lives is good.
Yeah, it's got a nice ring to it.
Awesome. 5 lives. Thanks for joining us. Pleasure to meet you. Your stories are wild. I really hope you make it all the way to Katahdin and that you can share these stories again and again and again. I mean, you still can whether you make it or not. But
yeah.
I'm sure you're having an awesome experience, but man, some of that stuff, I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
The story, yeah. Of the 74 days I've been on trail, almost all of them have been good. You know, it's just the memorable ones are the ones that you know make for good stories.
Oh yeah, really a pleasure to meet you. Happy trails.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, PTL here. So we have a attempting thru hiker, or you are a thru hiker.
Trying again.
Maybe you could tell us your trail name and how it's going.
Daddy Longlegs. My daughter named me when she was 9. She thought that with my long legs and poles that I looked like a Daddy Longlegs spider, and I thought it was a great name because when she was 9, her perpetual lament was, "Daddy, your legs are too long." I'm having to take 3 steps to every one of mine. I started out of Daleville. I'm doing a flip-flop, and things are going great. In fact, they're going terribly great today because the weather has cooled off finally, so I can move again.
So you've had some real hot weather the last couple of days, huh?
Last 3 days it's been in the high 80s, 90s, and similar percent humidity. So it's been a real stress.
Now you've done the trail multiple years. Is there a favorite spot you have on it?
New Hampshire and Maine, they're my favorite places. They're a place I'm most looking forward to getting back. It's also the place that's tried the hardest to kill me on my 4 previous AT journeys. So you know, there's a little bit of a challenge there, but I'm hoping to live through it again.
Daddy Longlegs, pleasure to meet you. Happy trails.
Happy trails. Thank you for the trail magic.
God bless.